It took me many years and deep reflection to really realize what sexual trauma looks like and how my sexual experiences in life shaped how I felt about myself, my body, my relationship with my body, my relationship with partners, my ability to speak for my dislikes, what I like, what I wanted, set boundaries. So I'm here to talk a little bit about what sexual trauma actually looks like and how we as women view sexual trauma, such as violent crimes, molestation, RAPE, violent assaults. We tend to validate those experiences as sexual trauma, but a lot of us dismiss the things that we went through when we were younger, such as being exposed to body parts by older people, our babysitters. Some of us, even our family members, grooming us, exposing us to sex early through TV, walking around naked, just doing inappropriate things. That's sexual trauma. Dating older men while we're in high school or middle school, dating someone 5 to 10, 15, some of us even 20 years older than us. That's sexual trauma. One of the most common things that a lot of women experience growing up through some time in their life, especially high school and college years, being set up, having something put in your drink at a party, being set up to where you're the only female in the atmosphere, being invited somewhere and someone takes advantage of you. Pressuring, intimidation, coercion, making you feel guilty when someone has taken you somewhere, spent some money on you. That is sexual trauma. Being in a relationship, being in a marriage, having your partner force you to have sex. Your partner telling you, well, if I don't get it from you, I'll get it from somewhere else. That's sexual trauma. Many of us invalidate and minimize our experiences because we're told that, number one, our bodies aren't our own. Now, this is something that I can't stand. Religion teaches it. This patriarchal society teaches that our bodies don't belong to us. That once we're married, our bodies become our partners. When I was born alone and free. My body belongs to me. Now, do I think that in a relationship, in a marriage, that your partner's needs, their desires are important? Of course. Of course. But these abusive, manipulative tactics to get you to do things that you don't want to do, that's not okay. Having sex when you're in pain, when you're sick, when maybe you've experienced, when maybe you've had some type of surgery, you're menstruating, being forced to have sex, that is not okay. Your safety, your comfort, your needs should all be considered when having a sexual relationship with someone. Your body is your own. I don't care what nobody is out here telling you. And many women really fail to realize just how your sexual experiences have formed you. How you carry on with some of these same mindsets in relationships to where you're performative, to where you think the goal in a relationship is to put it down on him and he won't cheat on you. You can be the best, prettiest, freakiest woman in the world, and that still won't stop a man from stepping outside. Having a man rough sex where you're in pain, that is sexual trauma. Not respecting your body. It's time to be okay with boundaries in the bedroom. Expecting respect. Expecting for our pleasure to be considered also. Because that's another thing that we're taught. We're taught that our pleasure doesn't matter. That women shouldn't express our sexual needs and our desires. We have needs too. We have desires too. And that's okay. All of these things mixed with our experiences, mixed with how we've been groomed by society, what we've been taught, really affects our relationship with our own body, being comfortable with what we see in the mirror, being comfortable with feeling and touching your own body. If you catch my drift, many of us are taught not to explore ourselves and our needs. But yet it's okay to always explore what the man wants, to explore what his needs are. And another thing that we as women do is minimize and compare our trauma. Because your trauma may not look like someone else's, or because you weren't violently assaulted, you feel like your experiences isn't important, and that's so wrong. All of us experience different trauma. All of us are affected by different things in different ways. And if we felt disrespected, if it made us feel some type of way, anxious, kept us up at night, violated and disrespected, that was trauma. That was our lived trauma. So please don't continue to move forward with minimizing your pain and your experiences because someone might be in your ear. Well, at least this didn't happen to you. Or because you don't think your experiences was as bad as the next person. The mental gymnastics and the comparison of the pain is not going to help you with healing and dealing with those issues that affected you. And I did this with my own trauma. Being violated at a very young age. I compared that experience with other experiences that I told myself weren't so bad. Well, he didn't mean to. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He didn't force me. But I was still uncomfortable. For a long time, I grew up very fast. I was the oldest child. I missed a lot of my childhood because I was doing adult things. I was exposed to sex too early. And I had a lot of responsibility caring for my younger sibling. Working in high school to bring money into the house. I grew up fast. So with that, along with going through puberty early, having boobs and a booty young, I attracted a lot of predatory men. And there was a point in my life to where I was okay with attracting the older man. There was a point in my life where I just thought that, okay, I just had the mindset that older men is where it's at. They're established. They can help bring something to the table. They're wiser. And I learned the hard way through experience that an older man is not always a wiser man, is not always a man that is more established. And a lot of times in those relationships, most of the time, the older man was the predatory man. The older man was grooming me because he knew that my mind wasn't developed. He knew that I was naive. And those experiences shaped me and shaped my future relationships, shaped how I looked at men, shaped my sexual relationship, shaped how I viewed myself. So I really hope that I have helped to validate someone's experience, someone who has told themselves that your trauma doesn't matter, or minimize your own experiences because it doesn't look a certain way. A lot of women, through discussions that I have with women who are vulnerable enough to be real and honest, a lot of women are not out here enjoying sex. A lot of women aren't able to openly communicate with their partner what their needs are, what their boundaries are, what they don't want, what they like. Because the woman's pleasure is barely ever considered. Your experience matters. Your trauma is your trauma. And comparing your trauma to someone else's is never a good way to deal with your pain. It sort of puts you in a position to suppress your pain, suppress your emotions, and to accept the violation. And that is never cool. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what some of your experiences are. Let me know if you have minimized your experiences. Feel free to email me, my coach at clarasrevival.com. Also, if there are other issues that you would like for me to touch on, I will be happy to do so. I am Coach Latasha, self-revival and master spirit coach. And as a survivor, it is my mission to empower survivors of domestic abuse and sexual trauma by teaching you how to navigate and eliminate the many mental, physical, and spiritual challenges that we face after abuse. I love you and take care.